Good morning, world. Shabu Shabu, Japanese hot pot. Especially during the holidays, we Asians love to gather around a pot of boiling goodness with all the veggies, all the sauces, all the proteins. So let's make shabu shabu at home.
First, let's prep our veggies. We got some spinach, washed, dried. We got some bok choy, washed and dried, and cut down to like half-inch thick on the bok choy. And we just left the spinach whole here. Wash them, dry them, get them on a platter, and set this aside. These are our two veggies that we bought for shabu shabu. Next up, let's get to chopping. We got some washed and dried out cilantro. We got our green onion whites and our green onions. I like to separate the whites versus the green part just because they're a little different in flavor and texture. And it just looks pretty when you organize it in that bowl. So chop it up, thinly slice cilantro and green onions. We're going to use this for our broth. We're going to use it for our sauces. And it's just good to have on the table. Next up, let's slice our beef. We have a chunk of American Wagyu round eye here that we got from Costco Business. It's partially frozen. Easier to thin slice by hand when it's kind of frozen, thawing out. So thinly slice this accordingly. We got 2 people for dinner here, Kim and I, so 2 plates of protein, 1 per head. And do your best slicing at home. We don't have that professional slicer, commercial slicer, so best you can do is take your time, thinly slice it up, save a shit ton of money. But they do sell the thinly sliced shabu meat at Costco now, at Asian markets, but it's expensive and you don't get a lot for your money. So try to slice it at home or ask your local butcher to do so. But there are many options out there. All right, guys, next up is our broth, our stock. Super simple. I got some bone broth here. You can use beef stock. You can use chicken stock, seafood stock, or you can just use plain old water with green onions. You don't have to go crazy for the broth. Usually shabu shabu, very simple, clean broth. Doesn't take too much away from everything else. I'm also going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of miso paste here, just to give it a little texture, cloudiness in that broth, but nothing crazy. Water, miso paste, water, green onions. But bring this up to a boil on the main stove and then transfer it to the table when you're ready. And that's it. Let's get to eating. We had some leftover Napa cabbage and mushrooms in the fridge that we're going to add to the party. Leftover veggies are always welcome to the hot pot party. We got our beef here. We got our portable burner. This is our setup, our mies, the beef, the veggies. We have some Vietnamese udon here, bánh canh, but you can use the Japanese version. You can eat it with rice. No stress. Look at our garnishes. Look at our sesame sauce, our ponzu, and our boiling pot of gravy. So this is just some ponzu with some green onions. This is a sesame dressing with some green onions. So those 2 sauces are usually what they offer for shabu shabu, Japanese hot pot. Get your beef, give it a swish. That's where it got its name. Shabu shabu is the sound you're making when you're swishing it in the pot. And once again, everybody, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Go make some hot pot with the family this holiday.